asset system. And today we are honored to be joined by Mr. Li Chunlin, the Vice Chairman of the National Development and Reform Commission, Li Feng from Ministry of Commerce, and they will brief us on the situation, on the opinions, and also take your questions. And with us today, we also have Mr. Ren Duanping from the State Administration for Market Regulation, and also Mr. Wang Shanchao from the NDRC. First, I would like to give the floor to Mr. Li Chunlin. Friends from the media, good morning. Welcome to the press conference, and also thank you for your long-term support for the work of the NDRC. I'm very glad here today to give you a briefing on the opinions on refining the national market access system. So it is a very important document to add in the spirit of the third plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee. So for this opinion has been released on August the 1st this year. So right now I would like to give you some of the introduction about this document and also the background to release these opinions. As you all know that the market access is a very important step for the market entities to participate and conduct the business activities in the market. So for the 18th Party Congress, it has already mentioned that we have to strengthen our efforts for the market access. We have also to roll out the negative list management. So during the 20th Party Congress, we have emphasized that we need to implement the spirit of the third plenary session of the 20th CPC Committee, and also it is one of the basic to implement the and promote the socialist market economy. In 2018, we have established the first version of the negative list management document, and we are one of the very important work. We have now released four versions of this negative list. So in 2022, we have already shrunk the list to 177. So to promote the market access, it is very important work for us. For example, in Hainan, Shenzhen, and some of the key areas, we also try our best to open the market access to different market entities. And also in different fields, for example, in different areas, we also try our best to promote the application and standard development of intelligent unmanned system in marine, land, and airspace. We also try our best to evaluate our efforts in the market access and try to improve our services, making sure that we can promote the implementation of the market access management. So right now, we are continuing to speed up the efforts to build the market access system. And also, we have done a lot of work and lift the barriers for market access, and also revitalize the vitality of the market access and the market energy. We have laid a solid foundation to promote the market economy. Right now, China is entering into a stage for the high-quality development. In order to build a better market access system, we have also rolled out a lot of requirements. For the third plenary of the 20th CPC Central Committee, we have emphasized that we need to try our best to lift more barriers of the market access, and also try to improve the market access environment for new business formats and sectors. And we need to make institutional arrangements. This has drawn a lot of attention from the public. And this is a very important document released from the CPC office and also the State Council. We have altogether like 10 points within this document, but still it have a lot of content. So for our goal is to build an open and transparent market access system featuring order and regulation, fair competition, clear rights and responsibilities, and a strong supervision. So we have talked a lot in these opinions. For example, we talk about to improve the negative list, to establish the market access rules, to set the market restriction and entry standards, and clarify the procedures, adjust the market access management, and to ease restrictions on access to the service sector, improve the market access environment for new business, further relax the market access in pilot programs, and ensure the organizational implementations, etc. I want to highlight the 4 aspects. First, we will continue to improve the list management model for the market access. For example, we would like to clarify the roles for the governments. So in the very first step, we have to give full play to the role of the government. For example, we have to emphasize the importance of the allocation of the resource factors. So, for example, in different steps and procedures, we need to provide oversight in each step. For example, we also pay a lot of attention to the adjustment of the market access. We have to make sure that for the market access list is unified. We have to standardize the market access management to make sure that for all the market entities, they can enter into the market equally. And second, we will continue to ease the restrictions for the market access so as to inject more vitality for the market activities. We have to make sure that we have a very good flow of the resource factors so that we can create a bigger market. So we have to make sure that we encourage easy access and the street regulation, and also to reduce the restrictions on assets for business entities. And also we want to relax some of the restrictions in the service sectors. For example, for sectors that do not have any concerns on the national security and social stability, we have to improve the access standards for these industries. And third, we have to standardize the market environment. So as I just mentioned, that for the market access system is one of the basic systems for the socialist market economy, we have to make sure that we give priority to the market access and also pay a lot of attention to improve the market access environment for new business formats and the sectors. For example, we shall focus on the new fields such as the deep sea, aerospace, aviation, life and health, etc. For example, we have to remove the barrier for the market access for these above-mentioned new areas. We also have to improve the efficiency for the market access. And also, we need to remove the barriers for the market access. For example, we need to focus on the pilot programs. We have to make use some of the tools and also to remove some of the major barriers in certain and the future industries. Especially, we will focus on some of the key areas. And also, we need to do a lot of the evaluation. And we have to better promote the application of the new technologies and new products with regulations, policies, technical standards, testing and certifications, and data system as the starting point, and also carry out the pilot projects to relax market access in key regions. So going next, we will work together with other ministries and also to learn more about the opinions and to implement the market access systems to improve the market environment, and also try our best to make sure that the market access system is in good condition, and also to relax the market access standards. So that is my introduction. Now we are ready to take your questions. Thank you. So now the floor is open. With CMG. So when we look at these opinions, we all know that there's a lot of requirements has been set in the opinions on the refining the national market access system. And can you tell us more about the new version of the negative list? Thank you for your question. So for the negative list system, it has drawn a lot of public attention. For the negative list, it has laid out clearly, for example, the restrictions and also the permissions for the market access standards. And also we will take, in accordance of the law, of actions to issue the market access license. In 2018, for the negative list system, it is the first time rolled out in China. And also at that time, we have like 20 items in the negative list, but right now this figure has been declined to 177. So since the implementation of the negative list, we are seeing that we are continue to improve the efficiency of the negative list. So for the list, it has been adjusted for 4 times. And also for some of the pilot programs has been shrunk by 60%. And for a great number of fields have gained benefits for the shrinking of the negative list. For example, the elderly care areas and healthcare areas. So also we are seeing a lot of efforts that has been made to improve the market vitality. As we continue to improve the negative list, we are seeing a lot of the new issues and questions. For example, when we are establishing the access permits programs, we are still seeing a lot of challenges. In some regions, we still see a lot of barriers. So that's why we also made a lot of adjustments to the current negative list, because right now we want to establish a unified and a national negative list. So right now we are seeing that all kinds of the national level access lists and the industry policies, investment policies, environmental policies, and territorial space planning that involve market access are all included in the negative list management of the market access. And also all types of the business entities can equally enter the areas outside of the list according to law. And also it is prohibited to establish access permits outside of the list or add conditions, establish a self-defining negative list for market access, or set up barriers in the process of the implementing the franchise, designated operation and testing and certification. So right now we have already canceled 20 items in the list. So right now we are seeing that the negative list is more reasonable. So if we look at these opinions again, we are seeing that we are clarifying the access standards in different areas and different fields. We encourage easy access and the strict regulation and open access in areas that are fully competitive, especially in areas that are related to the national security and the major pillar of the national economy, as well as areas related to the distribution of the productive forces, the development of the strategic resources. The access management shall be implementing according to law. And also we have to take into account the market access environment for the new business forms and the sectors. So also we are observing that in different sectors, we are also rolling out the access management. For example, we are taking a lot of attention to monitor the market access in the financial sector. For these opinions, we are also give a very specific guidelines. For example, the restrictions and also the permissions for the market access. So for areas require market access management, we also advise the relevant authority to take immediate actions. For example, when necessary, they could issue the temporary market access, but still they have to report all of these cases and situations to the CPC Central Committee and the State Council. And this will help to stabilize the market expectation. For all of these new requirements posed from the opinions, this will give a direction for further improve the negative list management in China. Right now, the NDRC is working together of MOFCON and also the State Administration for Market Regulation, and we are continue to improve the new version of the negative list. After approval, we will continue to release this new version of the negative list. The new version will abide by the opinions on refining the national market access system and also give regard to all aspects mentioned in the opinions and also try our best to promote the high-quality development in China. Thank you. Next question, please. Thank you. With 21st, the financial paper, we all noted that right now the service sector still have a lot of challenges. So my question is, what will be some of the measures taken to further ease the restrictions on access to the service sector in an orderly manner? Thank you for your question. I will take your questions. Since the third plenary of the 20th Party Committee, these have also gave a lot of considerations about the development of the service sector. For the service sector, it is a very important sector for the national economy, and also it will have a very important role to improve the livelihood and also to promote the economic development in China. And in the opinion, we are seeing that there is one specific session talking about to ease the restrictions on access to the service sector in an orderly manner. So right now, for the service sector in China, we have maintained a very good momentum, and also we are seeing a good increase for the service sector. The service trade also gained a very dramatic rise, but still we have faced a lot of challenges. For example, we don't have a good potential in the competitiveness in the international market, and we will focus on the following work. So when we ease restrictions on access to the service sectors, in the opinions, we are seeing some of the directions and also some of the arrangement from the opinions. For example, we are mentioned that for some of the areas, if they are not concerned with the national security, social stability, and we can lift the restrictions one by one and gradually. And also we will continue to improve the environment and lift the unreasonable restrictions on the access of service business entities. And we are trying to build the brand new market access system in the service sector. We are trying to boost the high quality development for the service sector and also improve the service, and also to create more consumption scenarios and try to create more growth drivers in the service sector. We will focus on the key links to promote the development of the service sector and also to promote the high quality development in the service sector. Especially, we will emphasize on the manufacturing industry and try to improve the competitiveness for this area. So for some of the brand, if they have very good international reputation, and we will also try to build the brand and also try to unleash the potential for the consumption. Thank you. Next question, please. Thank you, with Chunlin News Service. So we know that previously we are taking a lot of actions to improve the negative list management, and also we are seeing we are ease a lot of the measures and the market access in certain pilot regions, for example, in Hainan and Shenzhen. So I would like to turn to Mr. Wang Sanchong to answer your question. Thank you for your question. So in the opinions, we have always mentioned that we have to further relax the market access in the pilot programs. So first of all, we are still seeing that there's a lot of items listing in the negative list. That's why we cannot fully open the market access nationwide. That's why we set up these pilot programs. And also for some of the new business forms, they also need to go through and also learn the experience from the pilot markets and regions. And we need to know more about the knowledge about the market access in different regions so as to improve the overall efficiency. For example, we choose a number of places that has identified as the pilot area, including the Hainan Free Trade Port and also some of the free trade pilot zones. Especially, we are focusing in certain areas. And also, we are focusing in the fields of the electronic information, computing science, deep sea, aerospace, new energy, quantum technology, modern plantation industry, etc. We are seeing that there's a lot of achievements that we have gained in these aspects. For example, in Hainan, they have already done a good job. They have soon established like 2 aerospace centers, and also we are seeing that some of the key projects will be put into implementation. And in Hengqin and in Nansha of Guangzhou, and also in Anhui province, we are seeing that we are taking the lead in promoting the application and standard development of intelligent unmanned systems in marine, land, and the aerospace. We are trying our best to accelerate the establishment of the access policy systems in green energy and other fields, and actively expand market access for digital products. So we are laying the solid foundation to further build the intelligent unmanned systems in marine, land, and aerospace. So we will continue to accelerate our process and try to learn some of the replicable experiences. So first, we will continue to focus on the new business forms and the sectors, especially for some of the key sectors. For example, in the deep sea, the life and health, new energy, and the AI sector, we will continue to roll out more pilot projects to make sure that we can gain more achievements in these areas and also improve the efficiency of the market access in these areas. We will continue to streamline the market access systems and also to streamline the approval, especially for some of the regions. If they are quite complicated in the procedures, we will try to simplify some of the procedures and the formalities. We will also establish a comprehensive monitoring system so that we can be a place where government carry out the supervision, entities follow the rules, industries are disciplined, and the public is monitoring the performance. And of course, we will continue to evaluate the performance. So right now we are focusing in Hainan and Shenzhen. So in some regions, if we identify some of the replicable measures, we will continue to apply it in the wider range. Thank you. Next question, please. Thank you. With Hongxin News. My question is to the State Administration for Market Regulation. So what will be some of the measures taken by your administration to further adjust the market access management procedures? Thank you. Thank you for your question. So for the market access, it's a very important part for the market entities to conduct business activities in the market. So this is very important for us. So for the State Administration for the Market Regulation has taken a lot of pragmatic measures to improve our work, to ensure that the market access become the basic for the socialist market economy. And also we are paying a lot of attention to the registration process for the market access. We will take innovative measures and focus on the key areas and continue our reform to reduce the cost for the market access and also try our best to improve the efficiency of the registration for the market entities. we are trying our best to build an environment and to create a good business environment that is international and also rule-based. We will continue to follow the opinions on refining the national market access system and do 3 work. So first, we will continue to pay attention to the registration. So for example, we will give more guidance, obtain more guidance from the corporate law, and to focus on the domestic company as well as the foreign invested enterprises. We will monitor their performance in the market and also exercise the registration procedures. So in some of the areas, if there have larger challenges, we will work with the CPC Central Committee and the State Council, and also to analyze the situation of the company. For example, to see whether we have the necessary to roll out some of the restrictions, for example, to evaluate the qualification of the market entity, the ratio of the equity, scope of business, etc. And of course, still, we have to be goal-oriented and also abide by the opinions on refining the national market access system. We have to abide by the registration law and also to improve all the items relating to the registration, to make sure that for all of these market entities, they can enter into the market in a fair manner. And also, we are trying our best to adopt our standards with the international standards. And of course, for matters prohibited from entering into the market, the government will not approve nor handle relevant formalities and resolutely investigate into these cases and punish illegal entry. And also, we shall supervise the scope of the business activities carried out by the enterprises operating natural monopoly business and prevent these enterprises from taking advantage of monopoly to extend or exclude or restrict market competition in upstream and the downstream competitive market. And also, we will continue to abide by the principle of the justice and the fairness to make sure that we give more supervision to the financial sector and also to lift some of the barriers for the market access in the financial sector. Thank you. Next question, please. Thank you. With the Economic Daily, according to the opinions, we are seeing that for the NDRC, we are also setting up several pilot zones to do the evaluation for the market access. So can you tell us more about this work? Thank you for your question. I also want to give the floor to Wang Shanzhong to answer your question. Thank you for the market access rules and the system. This is very important for us for the overall development of the national market access system. For example, we want to improve the role of the government. We want the government to play a key role in managing the market access. And also, we want to give more encouragement to the market entities can enter into the market in an effective way. Since 2012, for the CPC and also the State Council has deployed a lot of measures to facilitate the market access. So we have guided 10 provinces to do the evaluation. With 3 years of exploration, we are seeing that we have made a lot of achievements. For example, in Yunnan province, they have evaluated 16 prefectures and 129 counties to evaluate the market access efficiency. And also, they are taking a lot of specific measures to relax the market access in those pilot programs. And this will also help to boost the tourism in Yunnan province. In Anhui province, they also evaluate the efficiency of the administrative authorities, and also they establish a lot of information platform to improve the evaluation, to ensure that the evaluation result is fair and just. So right now the conditions for the evaluations are mature. So for example, we'll continue to lift some of the restrictions for the market access, and also we have to make sure that we need to improve the organizational implementation of the market access system. So right now we already have a general guideline to make sure that the market access management measures set by the laws, administrative regulation decisions, and the State Council and local regulations, and the temporary market access can also be included as the important role for the Unified National Negative List for market access. We will continue to do our work for the evaluation. So for the evaluation, so it will become a national standard plus the regional standard. So for the national standard, it will be released by the NDRC. For the regional standard, this will be released by the local government. For all of these evaluations, and also the results will be guiding the market access efforts in different regions. So by taking the evaluation work, this will help us to establish the market access rules scientifically, and also to know more about the market situation in different regions. Thank you. Next question, please. With a science paper for the third planner of the 20th Party Committee, we are seeing that when looking at the opinions on refining the national market access system, is specifically mentioned to improve the market access environment for new business formats. Can you tell us more about this? So you just mentioned the concept of new quality productive forces. This is a very technical term. As you have just mentioned that for the third plenary session of the 20 CPC Central Committee, it has specifically emphasized the importance for the new forms of business and the sectors. So that's why we are seeing this item has been reflected in the opinions on refining the national market access system. Now we are seeing the new round of revolutionary. In the technology, we are seeing a lot of cutting-edge technology. So that's why it is very important for us to evaluate the market access for all of these new business formats and the sectors. So that's why we have to continue to improve the market access system so as to promote the development of the new business models and the sectors. So we still have to consider the product standardization, and also we have to carefully analyze the rules for those new formats of the business. So for example, we have to refer to the negative list. If some of the areas have been listed in the negative list, that we are not able to do that. But if it is out of the list, that we will try our best to promote the development of the drones and UAVs. So we need to define some of the details to improve the market access environment for the new business forms and the sectors. So first of all, for the management area, I have just mentioned that we shall focus on the new business forms and the new fields, such as the deep sea, aerospace, aviation, life and health, new energy, artificial intelligence, autonomous and trusted computings. So these areas we need to make good use of the innovation platforms, such as the Center of the Advanced Technologies and application of various scientific and technological achievements, making sure that we can accelerate the development of the new quality productive forces in light of the local conditions. So we need to be guided by the standards, and also we need to consider different scenarios, and all of the development shall be driven by the market, and we also have to consider the situation of the industrial development and upgrade the current system. So at the very beginning stage, we shall make action plans for optimizing the market environment in different fields, because as we just mentioned that these are the new business forms and the fields, maybe these areas do not have a standard in the past. That's why we need to define some of the guidelines so as to promote the flow of the production factors and improve the assets efficiency. And also, I want to mention that we have to work on the campaign to establish the market access standards on innovative achievement commercialization in the cutting-edge technology. So according to the opinions, it mentioned that we have to make good use of some of the platforms, the innovation platforms. For example, we have to take full advantage of the industrial system, the innovation resources, capital factors, application scenarios, and policies, etc., so as to accelerate the development of the new quality productive forces. So, for example, we can establish the Center for Advanced Technologies. For example, in Anhui province, one of the most advanced Center for Advanced Technologies will be inaugurated next month. So this place is located in Hefei, city of Anhui province. And also, we need to continue to promote the areas, for example, the electronic information, the computing science, the quantum technology, and other modern industries. And also, we are seeing that for some of the advanced technology center, it's also planning to be built in other provinces. And also, we need to take the lead in promoting the application and standard development of intelligent unmanned system in marine, land, and aerospace. We have to accelerate the establishment of access policy systems in green energy and other fields, and actively expand the market access for digital products. So we will try our best in the new business forms so that we could see if we can provide replicable experiences to other areas. And also, we are specifically focusing on the fields of the electronic information, computing science, deep sea aerospace, new energy, new materials, biomedicine, quantum technology, and the modern plantation industries. We will encourage the key enterprises, research institutions, and other units to establish collaborative models of global cutting-edge scientific research in relevant fields to make sure that we can formulate international market access rules and standards, and to promote the convenient and efficient application of the innovation results in the key fields. And also, we have to improve the environment for the business environment for the new business forms and sectors. We will continue to follow the standards set out in the opinions. And also, we will focus on the reform of the market access rules and to promote the high-quality development. Thank you. Next question, please. With the paper. So according to the opinions, we are still seeing that in point 1, it said that we have to improve the negative risk management model for market assets and also need to clarify the procedures for the adjustment of the market assets management. So what is your take from the State Administration for Market Regulation? So in recent years, we continue our efforts to improve the negative list management model. For example, we are considering some of the decisions made by the administrative regulations and also the municipal laws. And also we are trying our best to provide a convenient registration process. We will continue to follow the guidance of the opinions. First, we will continue to improve the negative list. We will work with the NDRC, MOFCOM, and to further improve the negative list. And in specific areas that has been listed in the list, we will continue to make the adjustment for the negative list and to improve the feasibility of some of the items listed. And also we will continue to build a standardized rules to improve the market access in different areas. For some of the administrative items, we will look at each cases, and when necessary, we will also grant temporary market access for certain business entities. We will try our best to improve the efficiency for the approval for the market access. And also we will improve the evaluation and also to make sure that whoever responsible to define the rules have to take the accountability of the adjustment. And also we need to look at the matters that have related to the restrictions and also the permission of the market access. And also we will grant very detailed permission rules to the market entities. And also for the authorities, they need to take actions to continue to monitor the market access in different market entities. And also we need to focus on the efficiency and make sure that for all of our work can be done in an effective way. And also we have to make sure that for all of these different market entities, they can share some of the information in a public platform. And this will also help to improve the sense of gaining for the market entities as well as the people. And when necessary, we will grant the electronic license to relevant the market entities. And so for all of these entities, they can use this electronic license to conduct their business. And this will also help them to reduce the cost and improve the efficiency. Next question, please. One last question. Thank you. So as we just mentioned about the negative list for foreign invested enterprises and also the domestic enterprises. So this time we are seeing that in the opinion, it has mentioned a specific synergy between the domestic and the foreign market access policies. Does this affect some of the performance in the Hainan Free Trade Port and the operation of the free trade pilot zones? Thank you. As you have just mentioned that for the negative list, for some of the items, this will also abide by the national treatment. So we have just mentioned that for some of the, we have two different negative lists. So one is the national negative list and the other one is the negative list dedicated to the foreign invested enterprises. But these two have some differences. So for example, for the negative list for the foreign invested companies, it emphasized the importance to the qualification of the business activities, the ratio of the equity, the registered capital, number of employees, etc. And this will also create some of the cross-regional operation. And for these two negative lists, they have emphasized the importance of forming the synergy between the domestic and the foreign market access policies. So, for example, if we do not have any thresholds for the domestic companies in some of the regions should also be open to the foreign investing enterprises. And also we mentioned that on the premise of not undermining the access opportunities of existing business entities, we should stay committed to the national treatment and to make sure that the market entities of different nature can gain equal access to the market. So in the opinion, it has laid out very specific rules. As for your second question, you are talking about the Hainan Free Trade Port and some of the free trade pilot zone. So these two are very important for China's reform and opening up. This is quite active in terms of the foreign markets. We are seeing in these two regions, they have a higher level of opening up. For example, for the Hainan Free Trade Port, we also lift certain restrictions in the Hainan Free Trade Port. So going next, we will continue to guide the different localities and exercise the two negative lists. We will continue to provide more services to the foreign invested enterprises. Hopefully, we can provide a better environment for different market entities in China. That's the end of the press conference. Thank you for the speakers. See you next time.